Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to WWE Smackdown Live, September 27th, 2016 review. Ladies and gentlemen, I actually have to say that this Smackdown episode was actually a very enjoyable episode. A lot of fun action. Not too many things during the show that would bore the living crap out of you, but there were some things that were kind of boring. Such as, for example, the Divas, or the women's tag team match, which I absolutely did not enjoy. Thought that was a complete waste. Changed the channel. It was Natalia, and what's her name? I keep forgetting her freaking name. Damn it! Hold on one second. Let me pull this up for you guys, so I can go ahead and do this review. But overall, this episode was actually a lot of fun to watch. It was Carmella, against Naomi and Nikki Bella. This was a very enjoyable show, though. I had a very good time watching it. So let's go into the results and how this show all broke down. My only issue with this show, besides some moments of it being boring, was the commercial breaks during the World Heavyweight Championship match. There is no excuse, and I mean no excuse, for like 2 or 3 commercial breaks within a WWE World Title match. There should only be maybe 1 commercial break, and the rest of the show should be focused on the match itself. That is one thing I will bitch and complain about. I cannot stomach these commercial breaks during the show within a major title match or a major match that's going on in the main event. They seem to do that a lot in the main event matches, not so much in the mid-card matches during the show. So a little disappointing, and I really did not like that at all. But the first thing that we get is Randy Orton coming out, kicking off with a promo about calling out Bray Wyatt and having him face his fears instead of Randy Orton facing the face of fear. So we get this lame-o promo back to Randy Orton by Bray Wyatt, saying that time is slipping through the hourglass and so forth, and that come find me and we will have this war that we're looking to have, or whatever fucking nonsense that this guy was talking about. To be quite honest with everyone, this guy should be having a freaking segment called The Bedtime Stories with Bray Wyatt. Because my god, this guy loves to talk fantasy stories and a bunch of nonsense that means absolutely nothing to you or I during our time watching this fucking show. Like, it's literally nonsensical crap. I really cannot stomach the bullshit that comes out of Bray Wyatt at this point. He is retarded, ridiculous, and needs a fucking change. Either a face turn or just a complete overhaul on this guy's character. But he absolutely fucking sucks. I cannot stomach listening to this guy talk anymore. It's the same rambled on bullshit that means absolutely nothing. So, moving on. We get a backstage. Dean Ambrose said that AJ Styles is going to cry when Ambrose drops him and takes back the WWE title. Big fucking whoop-de-doo. Our first match tonight was an 8-man tag team match with American Alpha and Heath Slater and Rhino versus the Usos and the Ascension. I believe that this match could have been done well without the whole 8-man tag team match, I think, maybe. But this match was great, very entertaining, very enjoyable to watch. I enjoyed watching this match. This was probably by far my favorite match of the entire night, besides the WWE Championship match. But this was absolutely outstanding, fast-paced action from beginning to end. The Usos actually pick up the victory with a submission hold on Heath Slater. Heath Slater unfortunately taps out. They're doing a great job, I think, with Heath Slater. I really didn't care for Heath Slater, but now I'm starting to notice he's got a following. He's starting to get some crowd reaction. People are really getting behind this guy. and it's starting to rub off on me, and I'm starting to enjoy watching him in the ring. He actually did perform very well in his portion of the match, so I was actually impressed with him. I hope maybe he retains the tag titles against the Usos, but I doubt it. Not to mention, I think the Usos are great to have as the tag team champions now. I like their character change and their heel change. It's definitely well worth the change and decision on WWE to do what they've done with the Usos. They were stale. I think really what hurt the Usos was the same characters that they were playing as faces. Not to mention the injuries, I believe, slowed down their momentum. I think they had a really good year in 2014 as the tag team champions, but from that point on, they just kind of slipped down the slope and turned into a real crappy tag team as faces. So this heel turn definitely was needed and well worth the change. This match, I definitely would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyable match. I enjoyed myself a lot watching this match. We then see Miz putting his picture over the LeBron James picture in Cleveland, Ohio's arena. Now, I'm not a big fan of LeBron James, but in comparison as an athlete, as a person with accomplishments, I'd have to say LeBron James is a hell of a better athlete than fucking Miz. Now, granted, Miz is involved with a scripted show, fixed sport, but with all that being said, at least LeBron James has more accomplishments than The Miz. The Miz only got one championship. Fucking LeBron James has multiple championships. He's got 3 NBA final championships, MVP championships out the ass. So, please, you can't compare you can't compare Miz to LeBron James. LeBron James is leaps and bounds way better than The Miz. But I understand the purpose of it. It was very, heelish type move by Miz to do that, and it was kind of interesting for them to go forth and do that. Backstage, we had Randy Orton found a weird object. It was an arrow in a darkened locker room. Orton changed the arrow direction and went in the new direction, and Rowan had been hiding in the direction the arrow was originally pointing towards. Again, idiotic bullshit. Alright, I'm going to just get to the near end about this whole segment of Randy Orton and the search of Bray Wyatt. He finally gets there. Bray Wyatt's asking, where are you? Where are you, Randy Orton? Blah, 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 blah. He appears out of nowhere wearing a mask. Bray Wyatt turns around. He hits him a couple of shots, and Bray Wyatt falls out of the picture and disappears. Randy Orton sits down in the rocking chair of Bray Wyatt's, of the chair that Bray Wyatt was sitting in, and he puts on the goat mask, or sheep mask, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and he starts humming or saying the tune of I Got the Whole World in My Hands, and the screen starts jolting, he starts twisting, and his head starts flapping around or whatever, doing some weirded ass shit, and I just was not understanding this whatsoever. It was really fucking weird, and it made absolutely no sense. After a while of them doing that, Bray Wyatt reappears on the screen, Randy Orton's gone, and he's sitting there laughing, as if this was all an illusion and a complete mindfuck to all of us. Made absolutely no sense to me, so who fucking cares? So anyway, getting back to the matches, Nikki Bella and Naomi, again, like I said, versus Natalya and Carmella. This match absolutely sucked. Didn't care about it. Carmella got a roll-up pin on Nikki to get the pinfall victory. Big fucking deal. This segment with Miz and Dolph Ziggler got even better. Granted, yes, we got to see 2 title matches in a row. Singles style. Screw job after screw job. And Miz pointed out something on this segment that really stood out a lot, made this rivalry even more meaningful than it was when they first started. Miz goes, I've been cheating, yes. He didn't deny it either. He said, yeah, in the record books it'll say I won. What have you done lately? Your career, you look like you were going to be one of the best. Now you're nothing. You're lucky if you're in the mid-card at this point. Stating some very true facts about Dolph Ziggler's career, where he's going at this point, and pretty much really he should just hang up his career. Which led to the stipulation match of a third Intercontinental Championship match at No Mercy between Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, where if Dolph Ziggler loses, he will no longer wrestle in WWE again. He will retire from the wrestling industry and will end his career. Highly big time stakes being put on the line. I loved the idea. I believe Dolph Ziggler is walking away as the new Intercontinental Champion at the No Mercy pay-per-view. My reason for that is because of the fact that there is no rumors or statements that Dolph Ziggler is having any kind of contract disputes or any kind of issues. So I don't see why Dolph Ziggler would lose this match and not become the Intercontinental Champion at this point. I think what would really work out great is Dolph Ziggler becomes a heel by screwing over Miz to keep his career going and become the new Intercontinental Champion. But stay face for a little while during that point, but that this match would be the building block towards Dolph Ziggler becoming a heel, leading up to the Royal Rumble, where he goes ahead and he faces Shelton Benjamin one-on-one for the Intercontinental title, and by that time Dolph Ziggler is a full-fledged heel at that point, which I think would be a great idea. So that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think of that idea, and I definitely would like to get back to you on that, because I think this is a very good segment that they use. Very good build for a mid-card title match for the pay-per-view, so I really did enjoy this a lot. Becky Lynch was supposed to make her way to the ring. She gets knocked out by Alexa Bliss. Short little build towards their women's championship match for No Mercy. So nothing big there outside of just doing a basic standard build up to where there's a lot of friction going on between champion and challenger. And then the world title match between AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. This match was pretty decent. I mean, I give it a 5 out of... I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was a pretty decent match. AJ really performed well in this one, as well as Dean Ambrose. I think it was just as good as the Backlash pay-per-view match. Maybe a little bit. It wasn't as good. I mean, I'll give Backlash an edge because there was a bit of a surprise, shocking ending with the low blow and then the Styles Clash for the win for AJ Styles. And this match was pretty good as well. It just didn't live up as high as the Backlash pay-per-view, but it was still pretty good overall. John Cena got nailed in the face with a forearm by AJ Styles, which I didn't quite understand why he did that when John Cena really had nothing to do with the match. He wasn't interfering. He wasn't distracting AJ Styles whatsoever. So the point of that was kind of nonsense, outside of the fact that it was helping him in that benefit to get him pissed off and distract the referee, screw over Dean Ambrose, and then AJ Styles picks up a roll-up pin with the hands on the tights and gets the 1-2-3. John Cena gets in the ring. Him and Dean Ambrose are having a verbal dispute with each other about what happened and what was going on. Ambrose tries to go for dirty deeds. John Cena counters, hits the AA, and then also counters AJ Styles' finishing maneuver and hits the AA on him, standing there holding the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, if you think that at any point in time John Cena is going to win this title with him disappearing from WWE television, you're kind of retarded. Because I highly doubt they're going to have a world title not being shown or defended on their show. That would be freaking retarded. This ain't Brock Lesnar. This isn't anything like that. And hell, Brock Lesnar shouldn't have even been doing that either. But that's just my overall opinion. I think this show is a really decent SmackDown. Way better than Raw was last night. And my God, I just wish that Raw could be just as good as SmackDown, because SmackDown was a pretty good show. I enjoyed myself a lot. Very easy to follow and a lot of enjoyment throughout. Anyway, guys, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you liked the video, as well as leave your comments and opinions down below. I'll get back to you. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great night.